What's up guys, Chris here with Drift HQ. Today we are with Lee from Monster Performance and he's going to be tuning our E46 that we just finished building. So we're going to go over a couple steps with you guys, how to prepare your car for the dyno. First step, really important, finish your car. Now the importance of getting all this stuff prepped for the dyno is important because it's going to save you money and the tuner a lot of frustration and energy. So things as simple as, like, you know, checking for your oil leaks, fuel, showing up prepared, making sure your car is actually 100% when you show up for the event. That way you're not paying the guy at the dyno, if he's even willing to fix the stuff, to repair stuff for you, and also save his time of having to diagnose, because most of the time when you're at dynos you are paying by the hour. And I'm sure you deal with a lot of people that have issues. We show up and you spend 3 hours diagnosing and 1 hour tuning.
Before we even start,
Before you even start.
Yep.
The most important things when you're going to the dyno is always make sure you bring fuel with you. Not only fuel, but the correct type of fuel and enough to get you through your dyno session. So depending on how full you're tuning, I'd say around 5 to 10 gallons. Make sure that you have good tires on your car. So when your tires start spinning on the dyno, it doesn't really do you or the tuner any good. It's also sketchy because you have cords and stuff coming out. If a tire pops on the dyno, you're gonna have a really bad time. Hub dynos, obviously your tires aren't really a factor, but it's still good to bring good tires with you, because after you tune on a dyno, it's always good to street test the car, make sure the drivability of it's good too. One important thing definitely is to make sure that your car doesn't have any leaks, whether it be power steering, oil, or coolant. When you come to dynos, especially a dyno like this is an all-wheel drive dyno. There's a lot of electronics and things down there. Not only do you have to worry about your engine running out of oil and obviously causing big failures, but also worrying about damaging the electrical equipment, which is likely more expensive than your car is.
Is it?
Yes.
Have you had any issues?
No, I mean, we have like one car blew up on there, but we cleaned it up pretty fast, so it didn't damage anything. But you just don't want no coolant leaks, no oil leaks, you know, no fuel leaks, none of that stuff, because that kind of holds up from you getting the dyno to the car and actually using the time wisely while you're here.
Another important aspect of coming to the dyno is making sure that your engine is actually healthy. I'm not talking about that junkyard 5.0 or 5.3 that you bought and put into your car. Like, if it's running on all cylinders, needs to have good oil pressure, not misfiring, don't show up to the dyno with a bunch of issues and expect them to work miracles. There's a lot of stuff that you have to figure out yourself before you actually show up to the dyno. So obvious problems, if you can hear the car audibly misfiring, especially 4 cylinders are easier to hear. Big cam V8s are a little harder to figure out, but you can still make power. Engine knocking. Don't bring a car that's knocking to the dyno. Good rule of thumb. And final dynamic also is, if you want to be sure that everything's good, you can do cylinder leak down tests, compression tests. You know, there's 3 things you need to make your engine fire. It's air, fuel, and spark. So if your injector's firing and you have compression, likely it's spark, and you can follow that, you know, trail of thought through whatever. So you just have to figure out what's causing a misfire before you come here. It's very simple. If you don't have compression, don't bring it to the dyno, because it's not gonna be something they can tune out.
Alright, so when you guys come to the dyno, obviously if it's a fresh build with a new ECU, you want to talk to your tuner and see if you can get a base map to at least get the car started so you can check over everything. Also make sure you have very important information like what injectors, the compression ratio, what fuel you want to run, what sensors you got there, so you can set it up properly so you can get the car tuned properly.
Cool. Well, what ECU do you like to?
Okay, alright. I preferably like Haltech, but I do tune a lot of different ECUs. Make sure that the tuner that you choose is knowledgeable with what you have in your car, because that'll make it easier for you and him, and the tuning process go a lot smoother, because you won't be making silly mistakes by not knowing the software and stuff like that.
higher RPM. That's supposed to. Make sure your exhaust is tight, guys. Should I call him out? Look what Chris is doing.
Bottom down.
Make sure your exhaust V-bands are tight, guys.
I was talking about it down, slipped off. I was like, I got to tighten that with a wrench.
Hey, for that. Hey, you put that clip with Forrestberg where the exhaust flies off the car and hits him.
Don't put that you're Googling how to tune.
Yeah, make sure your tuner has a phone that works. Sometimes you gotta Google. You can't trust you guys when y'all say y'all do. Y'all put certain things on there, and the data looks wrong.
What's Google say about the data?
That you lying.
ChatGTP, how to tune. Tune this car for me.
Hey, AI can do that for you?
Honestly, I think it can.
Listen, you tell it target air fuel ratios and you show it like a decent like power curve. It's like, okay, figure that out. Make this happen without blowing shit up.
Yep.
Lee, why are we making less power?
Because I actually turned the boost control off this time. It's actually off.
This is the part where you switch the two videos, where this was the first pull and the other one was the second.
Yeah, this is gate here. This is gate. It's the real gate. Okay, so that's gate. That's actually really good for gate.
How much PSI was that?
That is 16.
Healthy.
Healthy.
There we go.
Yeah, baby. We're back. That boost controller works good. Okay.
How much PSI was that?
That's back to where, actually that's back to where we was at the first pull, which is 21, but it holds it now. Instead of falling off back to 18.
Yeah, but
so this car is tuned by me before, so we kind of went straight in after everything looked good. Car made 570, and then I actually turned the boost control off and it made 500. So everything's working good, and the engine's a lot healthier than it was last time, and it's looking good. So we'll be done here soon. I think we'll be right over 600 horsepower, maybe 650. Another big thing we forgot, make sure you boost leak check your car, because that will throw the tuner way off if the car has a boost leak, and you'll waste a lot of time thinking something's actually wrong with the car and the whole time it's a boost leak. So make sure you boost leak check your car before you take it to the dyno. That's a big one. And then big shout out to Chris. Chris brought me this car. We have no oil leaks. The cooling system's working phenomenal. So make sure you bleed your cooling system also. Make sure your thermostat's open, and make sure the water pump's working if you have electric water pump, that type of stuff. Good job, Chris.
And Cricket.
And Cricket. My bad, Cricket. It's because he's not here.
Alright, just interrupting the video right now to show you guys. We got lights, we got shelves. We've done major improvements to our warehouse to stock a lot more products. And also we have a Labor Day weekend sale. You might take that day off, go on our website, browse. Remember, every $5 you spend gets you entered to win DFD RX-7 and $15,000 cash. Whether you buy a t-shirt or you do your whole subframe, bushings and everything from IRP, or you check out some of this Funk Motorsport heat management, every $5 you spend will get you one step closer to getting that RX-7.
No, like that boost graph was different.
What?
See how the last one I showed you?
Uh-huh.
And then it fell off.
Why?
So, it may be because like we're kind of like maxing out the spring. So like I'm gonna try to like shut the boost controller up top so it could actually make more boost. When I say that, like it has a 14-pound spring and we're trying to double it right now, and we're close to doubling it, so it doesn't want to. So it's falling off. I'm gonna just put it at 100. 100. Every time.
Did we spin? What? That's how you spun, right?
Yeah, no, I think what happened right there. The f. No, well that's this. This doesn't count.
What?
That doesn't count over there. All right, I'll use Simon. Let me make sure my. Oh my God, he's in my.
What happened? What was that?
Something could have got on the sensor on the dyno and it flared at the end, or it could have been I pushed the clutch in too fast and it just felt like it wanted to rev. So. 1,000 horsepower, wow.
I was about to say, that was a hell of a jump.
Alright, cool. So we kind of like maxed out how much boost we could make with this wastegate setup. The car is only making like 25 pound of boost, so now we're just tuning the timing map to see if we can just sneak that little bit of more power in there. So it's looking like we'll be right over 600, and that might be it for this turbo until, well, unless they do a different wastegate spring to where we can like bump the boost up some more.
Okay.
Yeah. Healthy though. Like that.
621, I like that. 537 torque. Magic.
All right, that's it, guys. We're done.
The blow-off valve popped off.
Oh yeah. Hey, make sure you put zip ties on all your vacuum lines also. That was a perfect example.
All right, so in earlier polls, we apparently knocked off the vacuum line that goes to our blow-off valve. We didn't see it until this last poll because it went like water wiggle inside of our engine bay. So we put it back on, and we just picked up like another 70 horsepower. That's why it's very important for being able to monitor everything while you're on the dyno. Look at that. I mean, that was shifting as well, but love to see it.
Want to see it make 700 again? So, guys, we was just doing that to let y'all know boost leaks can affect your power. We thought the car was done at 630, and then he found the boost leak, and now the car makes more power. What do you guys say, Chris?
I love it. I love more power.
No boost leaks, guys. Remember how stressing boost leaks when we talked to? I was like,
Right.
I was like, make sure you have no boost leaks. We don't need it on film. No, let me remove that so you can see the smooth line. Stop showing them my ugly work.
All right, so why'd you go down on power?
Because the turbo, we don't need to beat up on the turbo. Dorte also said he only wanted 650. We're kind of like, yeah, way more than he needs, right? We know it can make 700. It's making 605 foot-pounds of torque. This is, and plus I gotta compete to get him. I gotta turn it down now.
This is the vacuum line here that popped off.
So if Sean Booth was here, he would have been like, that's why the Monster Boys don't run blow-off valves.
All right, so we're wrapping up here at Monster Performance. Give you guys a good outline for one, what to look for when you're at the dyno, and also what to keep an eye out for while you're on the dyno, because little things, as you can see, make a big difference.
Guys, I told you, boost leaks. Everything else was pretty much flawless besides that probably happened after like 2 or 3 pulls, but where the blow-off valve was, you know, we couldn't really see it. Good thing Chris caught it on the last pull before he was gonna wrap up, and now he made power. Hope you guys learned something from this video, so when you go to your tuner, you don't piss him off. No.
You know, while you're at it, go follow Lee's YouTube channel, you know? Boys doing things.
Lee Bird, man. If you like RBs, you know, that boy got some RBs on there. So yeah, all this stuff applies for, you know, street car, race car. It don't matter if you just got your BRZ and put a turbo kit on it. Make sure you do all these things before you go to the dyno. Saves you a lot of time and money, and you'll get a better tune.
Not only that, but even basic upgrades, even just like intake and exhaust, even stock cars, they leave a lot of power on the table because a lot of them are tuned for emissions and stuff like that. It's like I've seen Jordan, our boy from RK Tunes, take a stock BMW and pick up 150 horsepower just by upping the boost and everything with pretty much all stock components on the engine. So, you know, maximize your car, make some power. Like, comment, subscribe, and now you got a kick. That's it.
What does that do? That ends the video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like
weird.
cricket sign off, something you do.
I'm so horrible at YouTube, I just sound like walk away from the camera. Bye.
All right, bye guys.